What is up, y'all? It's your boy, the Greninja 19, and today we're back at it again with another One Piece chapter review. This time it's chapter 1171, Ragnar. Let's go. So this cover page reader request is super cute. Zoro being given a cat ear headband by a cat, by Ura Nekoko. And it's super cute. The cat is on his head, giving him cat ears, and he's just mean mugging himself in the mirror, fixing his sword. Super funny. So Scopper says, we're kicking it off. I had a terrible vision, plain as day, of Harold venturing forth from this castle and laying waste to the world until it was nothing but ruins. It's hard to imagine, with the way his wounds healed themselves, that there was actually a means to stop him. So we see panels of Aura's castle zoomed out and then zooming in of just destruction and waste and bodies and swords stuck in the ground from the battle. Does the treasure of Elbaf really have such power, Jarl? Not that I have heard. But it chills my spine to think of what might have happened had Loki not been here. Shanks says ... and he's about to have a flashback of not only Harold but his dad. Once I am in the Knights of God, dawn will come to Elbaf. So that's what Harold said, and then his dad. Speak your desire, and whatever it is, you shall have it. You've been so deprived, my poor son. And that's Fagarlin Garling. Those miserable peons are not people. Forget what happened in the lower world. So Shanks is clutching on his arm, having bad memories, thinking about this. Shanks! Hey, Shanks! No, stop it. That's your bad habit again. Don't you dare regret your birth. But why did Harold have to die? He was too pure-hearted to deserve that. If only I'd... It's not your fault and you know it. You still have a role to play, Shanks, I guarantee it. Everyone's life has meaning, but you have to keep a level head. He's right, but it's sad. And then now we see Loki. This is what he gets for loving his country. It's a cruel joke. So Loki's just sitting there with his hand in his face, just crying, sitting down right in front of his deceased father's body, and he put like his coat over his body and his face so he doesn't have to look, but there's a pool of blood lying under Harold. It's so sad. Tragic. That was an exceedingly rare ancient giant warrior, given even greater power and an immortal body. That was nothing short of a monster, and thou sayest it was killed? By whom? What is an Elbaf? We shall have it investigated. Harold's abyss in Elbaf remains intact. Enough! It will only be the death of more knights. Performing the covenant inflicts a cost upon Mu as well. Huh, huh. So that's Emu talking, saying that Loki is even a threat to him. Harold chose to debase himself before humankind, to connect his country to other lands and peoples. This made him a heretic. His are a tribe of warriors whose every drop of blood calls out for battle. Carelessly incorporating them into the government will lead to internal collapse. Yeah, right. That's just racism and xenophobia, but whatever. An ancient giant king of Elbaf who agrees to the covenant is a gift to Mu, the likes of which shall not be seen again. He was a king that Elbaf never should have had. And see what came of it? History does not lie. Our kinds are incompatible. Because you were possessing him and turning him against his people. What do you expect? Never forget that Elbaf is D. Fellow, what? What do you mean by that? Loki, this news will lead to great unrest in the kingdom. I'm going out to sea, Gramps. I'll take all the surviving guards with me. And what of Harold's wishes? Tell the people of Elbaf exactly what happened here. You know I can't tell them. Listen closely. Don't speak a word of what happened here. To anyone. Do you understand who they'll blame for it? How's that any different than usual? Do you really see a future where I become king and carry on my old man's ideals? But there are other ways I can live up to him. I'll take the powers I have and go avenge my dad and his soldiers. Wow, so Loki's really sacrificing his legacy, his reputation, because, you know, the people aren't really going to see him in another light anyway. It's going to be hard for them to believe that Harold was being possessed by the world government, by a man who sits on the empty throne that's supposed to be empty, and it's not empty. Now you're talking nonsense, Loki. The world government is a colossal organization, It's a task far beyond anything you can imagine. And Shanks and Scopper just say dot dot dot. They don't have anything. A disaster, terrible misfortune. Aras Castle has been attacked. Your Majesty. So it's a flashback on one panel, and then the next panel, it's back to modern time, I guess. Oh my gosh, are we finally getting back to modern One Piece? So the Straw Hats and them being down there? Yeah, so Loki was telling them the backstory, I guess. I forgot. Holy moly. So I sailed right off the island. I'm sure that by the time you return home, Hazardin, I'd been fully transformed into Loki the Father Slayer in the public's eye. I certainly did enough to convince them I was capable of it. However, I'm not so far gone that I'd celebrate killing my own dad. I just didn't want everything he did to be undone because of what happened in the end. Or do you still think I should have told the country everything? And Hazardin just says dot 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 exclamation point exclamation point exclamation point. It's all true, Hazardin. Ah! And then we see a panel of Luffy, the first one in months, probably almost half a year by now. Do you get it now? I didn't want to have to dredge this all back up. I now understand why Chief Jarl argued for your clemency and continued to protect you. In short, Father chose death over the manipulations of the world government. Good man. And ever since then, the government has been Elbaf's enemy? How did they manipulate him like that? As a matter of fact, these newly arrived Holy Knights of God played a pivotal role in Harold's story. But Loki still doesn't know exactly what happened to Harold in the Holy Land. If you need more details, I can explain. That won't be necessary for now, Mr. Ya. I don't need a reason to protect my homeland. So we see a panel of the other giants. I forgot their names. And then Zoro and Sanji. I'm gonna have to go back and refresh, unless they say them here soon, but... And so now we see a panel of the shackles being broken, or uncuffed, whatever. They're undoing them, they're unlocking them for Loki. If we see eye to eye about anything, Loki, it's love for our father. Allow me to apologize for that, if nothing else. Now fight with me, for Elbaf's sake. And Loki's just staring at his hand like this. Yeah! Way to go, Loki! Now you can fight! Luffy says. Yow! Hmm? And Luffy says, question mark? Exclamation point, exclamation point. Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation. Whoa, something just came crashing down from the upper world. Oh, I see. It's one of the big skeletons from, I think, Shepard Summers' devil fruit, where he can make nightmares or whatever. Ah, yeah. Where did it come from? Is that a Draugr? But those aren't real. Sounds like the perfect warm-up. You go on ahead. I can fly up. Loki can fly? Ayo? What is that thing? What's going on up there? Make it snappy, Hazardin. That's the bigger, chubbier giant saying that with the speech kind of accent impediment thing. Oh. That's it. That's what's raging up above. There's a whole bunch of them. I was supposed to say that before. Where did it come from? Is that a Draugr? But whatever. Sorry about that. But only for this one thing. All of your many other crimes still count. Why is Loki apologizing? Whatever. Just shut up and go. No one asked you to say all of this. Rah! This is amazing. I can move again. I'm free. Hee hee hee. Is that Luffy? Yeah, he's chuckling. Yeah. And Chopper's like completely just terrified. Scopper says, exclamation point. He's alerted to something. Hey, ship doctor, I appreciate your help here, but I'm concerned about my son. Oh, right, sure. Nice and gentle, Sanji. Oh, maybe it was Sanji saying he can fly up, because he's holding Scopper and Chopper. Oh, that rhymes. Bars. Alright. Yeah, I know. Weren't you going to stay here? What are you doing up here? Hee hee hee. I want to see how you fight. Alright then, show off your power, Ragnir. Kurururu. Oh yeah, that's right. The Ragnar the hammer is the devil fruit. It's the flying squirrel. All right, all right. He's swinging it at the jogger. Nibelheim. Whoa, that sounds brutal. And Luffy's like, he's just shocked. What? To be continued. So it looks like the jogger is just gonna get shattered into a million pieces of bone, and oh, oh, I'm so excited. I honestly, you know, before I was doubtful, I was sketch, I was pessimistic, but now after hearing Loki's story and Luffy, just being Luffy, oh my God, we're finally back to modern day One Piece. We're gonna wrap up Elbaf soonish and see what happens. I say soonish because it still could be another half a year until we're out of to the next island. But yeah, I kind of want to see Loki join the Straw Hat crew, or at least play a role in like whatever final battle is gonna happen between the Straw Hats or pirates and Marineford slash the world government and Emu, or the Straw Hats versus Blackbeard, whatever. I want to see Loki in action because he's just too good of a character, you know. But that's gonna be it for this One Piece chapter review slash recap. So let me know down in the comments below, what you like, what you don't, anything about One Piece, anything at all is greatly appreciated. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share this with your other One Piece friends, and subscribe, of course, and like the video, and hype it up if that's even possible. I might not even have enough subscribers to do that, but yeah, that's gonna be it. So I appreciate y'all for making it this far, just staring at my beautiful face while I'm staring at my phone. And, be excellent. Carry on that fire without you every day. Be free, do what you gotta do, and stay frosty. Peace.